I'd like to welcome those of you in attendance this morning to our August 5th, 2021 Board of Public Works and Safety meeting. A roll call, please. Here.
Here.
Are there any conflict of interest statements?
No, sir.
No. Approval of minutes of the meetings of June 17th, 2021, June 24th, 2021, and July 29th, 2021.
I make a motion to approve those minutes.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 5, bid openings. There are none. Item 6, matters from department heads and or their representatives. Mr. Button.
Good morning, Mr. President, and to the board. I need to infix into the agenda an opportunity for temporary easement. The Northern Indiana Public Service Commission, and during the course of their work, we're needing a temporary easement on a property 402 165th Street. This is the a vacant parcel owned by the city of Hammond that was collected through a tax sale interception, and they are relocating the pole line that runs down Blaine Street from the west side of the street to the east side of the street in order to accommodate the new Westlake. In the end, we're expecting this to become a property acquisition from the city to NIPSCO. So we're working on that, but this is just a temporary easement, and we'd ask for your approval of this action.
Is this any type of road closure at all?
No, sir.
No, okay.
No, sir.
I looked at it, I discussed it with Mr. Button. It's the parcel just to the east of the bridge, right there at 165th line. It's on the lineman side, not the blind side.
Yeah, it's on the lineman side, south side. Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve Mr. Button's request.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The other action, I do believe, is on the agenda under road opening permits or street actions. So we'll come back to that later.
Okay.
Thank you.
Gotcha. Thank you. Any other matters from department heads? Okay. Item 7, correspondence. Item A, correspondence received from Mr. Dean Button, Capital Improvement Board, requesting $50,000 of CIB funding be allocated for on-call geotechnical services with advanced engineering services and corresponding contract submitted for approval.
Good morning again. So this is on-call geotechnical engineering general services agreement when we're during the course of doing a road reconstruction or road improvement projects, or sometimes we need to do compaction tests or cores of the asphalt or borings. It just gives us an opportunity to utilize the Hammond geotechnical contractor to help us on an on-call basis. The funding allocation was approved Monday night by the Capital Improvements Board, and prior to that, the City Controller and the Mayor have authorized the funding for that. So you have that action today along with the contract itself, and I'd take any questions.
I've reviewed it, it's fine.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I will make a motion then to approve Mr. Button's request.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, he's just going to stick, okay. Item B, correspondence
Fixing
received from
myself.
Mr. Button requesting $24,500 of CIB funding be allocated for professional services for the fire station siding study project with Shive Hattery and corresponding contract submitted for approval.
This similarly has funding has been allocated for this project from the Capital Improvement Board, has been signed by the City Controller and the Mayor. This is to do a study on the location of all of our fire stations. You might recall that Fire Station 5 is now out of service as a result of a damage that occurred at that location, and so we're looking to find the optimal location for a fire station. And the company Shive Hattery has done a number of these studies We were looking for a firm that had this capacity to do this. What we need, and we've talked to Fire Chief Smith to capture the information from Lake County 911 for all the dispatch calls over the last 5 years. He's done that for us. We'll use that information to prepare somewhat of a heat map that kind of shows you where all the calls are happening for the fire station. And it's really to help to be in compliance with the Insurance Services Organization rating of the city as it relates to setting insurance rates. It supports that effort as well. I'm told that our insurance rates are very good for the city as a result of the current rating, but this will certainly help that and the siting of the fire station.
I review the agreement, I recommend.
Good, Kev. Yep. I'll make a motion to approve Mr. Button's request.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item C, correspondence received from Mr. Button requesting $97,600 of CIB funding be allocated for design engineering for state line cross street closures in the 3rd District with First Group Engineering and corresponding contract submitted for approval.
You'll recall that we've done a survey of the residents in the Kenwood Addition and surrounding neighborhoods and have made the determination that it's in the interest of that neighborhood to close Kenwood, Cleveland, Wildwood, Detroit, and 2 alleys in that area. And so this design effort supports the work of how to make those closures. We have a survey to do to make sure we don't cause any drainage problems. We have alternative plans at each location, and we want to make sure that the residents are happy. I've done some discussion with the residents on what they kind of want to see over there, so I think we're kind of in the right direction. This is a little bit higher than we would normally expect for a fee of a project of this size, but that really relates to the number of closures in this, all this, making sure we don't create ourselves with a drainage problem. Funding request has been approved by the city controller, the mayor, and the capital improvements board for $97,600. The contract is attached, and we'd appreciate your approval on this. Yes, sir.
This and the next one, they're both standard agreements for First Group.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Then I will make a motion to approve Mr. Button's request.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item D, correspondence received from Mr. Button requesting $105,800 of CIB funding be allocated for the engineering services for resurfacing of 165th Street from Columbia Avenue to Summer Street with First Group Engineering and corresponding contract submitted for approval.
This is a request for design services for our next community crossings application that has been submitted. We have not heard back from the Indiana Department of Transportation whether or not, because it was just submitted. We expect to hear back from them of the match, the 50% match on the project. We found a project that was going to be about $2 million worth of work, and the state will match $1 million of that, or 50% of the $2 million is what I'm trying to get at. And so we need to start the design effort now. So otherwise, we couldn't meet the NDOT schedule for bidding the project in time, and so that's why we're moving forward with this. It's, the condition of the road, it's in pretty poor shape, and so it'll improve that. The funding allocation's been approved by the city controller, the mayor, and the capital improvements board, and the contract's attached, and I would seek your approval on this action.
Okay, and make a motion to approve Mr. Button's request.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item E, correspondence received from Mr. Button requesting the approval of the construction contract for the 5th District Stormwater Improvement Project, Schneider Avenue with Gary Up Construction Company for $525,735. The project is being funded through a previously approved funding agreement by the Capital Improvement Board.
So you've seen the funding allocation for this project already. This is the agreement that was awarded to Gary Up Construction in early July. I regret the delay it's taken to get to this point, but we have the contracts from Gary Up. They've been assembled. The executed agreements have been provided by Gary Up. The agreement's been assembled by our engineer, Hammond, Weigel, Klein, HWC, and I've reviewed it, and everything appears to be in order. And so we would ask the board approve this action. It's a very important project to try to eliminate stormwater influences that cause basement backups on the 7,000 block of Schneider.
Make a motion to approve Mr. Bunn's request to approve the contract.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. My. Okay. Moving right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item F. Correspondence received from Enviroforensics LLC recommending the bid for the removal and replacement of lead-impacted soil environmental remediation project be awarded to the low, responsive, and responsible bidder, Blue River Environmental and Restoration, Inc., in the amount of $375,965.
Thank you again. This is the request to award the contract of the bid that was opened last week for the lead remediation in the Robertsdale area, Phase 1 and 2. The front end of this project is progressing along very well. We're on the verge of notifying the homeowners of the pending action. The bids that came in were reviewed by our consultant. They were very wide-ranging. The second bidder, who you recall had to declare their formal price at the bid opening, they had a fairly significant mathematical error, and so their price reduced significantly, more in line with the low bidder. So there was some alarm from the board, I think, and certainly from my perspective of the variation between the low and the high bidder. The consultant has reviewed the bids and believes that the low bidder is capable, and this was more in line with what the expectation would be on a locally funded lead remediation project. And so at this point, we're asking you to award the contract to Blue River Environmental and Remediation in Indianapolis, Indiana, for the bid amount, and we can get, if that happens, then we can get the contract started on that project. Any questions? Thank you.
I will make a motion then to award the contract to Blue River Environmental and Restoration.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Item G, correspondence received from Chief of Police William Short requesting approval of Officer Thomas Dillner being promoted to the rank of Sergeant effective July 27th, 2021.
Make a motion to approve Chief Short's request.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item H, correspondence received from Fire Chief Jeffrey Smith requesting approval of the retirement of Drill Master Jeffrey Coaches effective August 7th, 2021, requesting the promotion of Private David Weiss to the rank of Drill Master effective August 9th, 2021, and requesting the appointments to the Hammond Fire Department for Brandon Gracia and Samuel Gallardo Jr. effective August 9th, 2021.
All good?
Yes.
Make a motion to approve Chief Smith's request.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item I, correspondence received from Father Mikolai Markowitz from Our Lady of Chawa Shrine requesting approval for the Marian Bike Pilgrimage to be escorted through the city on Saturday, September 11th, 2021. Correspondence from Chief of Police William Short is granting the permission. So obviously, you guys must be aware of this
Yeah,
already,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
That's an annual event there, Mr. President, and we are aware of it also. Their Polish Pilgrimage Walk is this weekend, which we are handling that also, and this is their bike one in September.
You were on top of that
Yeah,
one, man.
yeah.
Okay, so EMA's fine with it.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, then I will make a motion to approve Father Markowitz's request.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item J, correspondence received from Principal Nancy Repay, St. John Bosco School, requesting permission to place cones on 171st Place to encourage orderly flow of drop-off and pick-up each school day, Monday through Friday, when school is in session between the hours of 7 a.m. to 8:15 a.m. and 2:30 p.m. to 3:15 p.m. On Monday, the afternoon time frame is 1:30 p.m. to 2:15 p.m. This request is for the 2020-2021 school year.
21, 2022.
Thank you, Mr. Smith.
Okay, I will make a motion to approve Ms. Repay's request.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Item K, correspondence received from Step Up for Cancer is holding a fundraiser event at the former Aquavore nightclub and requesting permission to use the parking lots at Holman and Rimback, parking lot behind 5260 Holman Avenue, and parking lot between 5261 and 5259 Holman Avenue. Additionally, requesting permission to park on Holman Avenue between Russell Street and Rimback for this event on Saturday, August 21, 2021, from 5 p.m. to 2 a.m. Well, I'm not so sure we have to grant permission for them to park on the street, do we, Mr. Smith?
Not for parking on the street, but,
Is anybody here with this event by chance?
I guess I would just ask, the building department or the inspections department whether or not there needs to be, it's been closed for a long time, so is there like
Agreed.
a occupancy issue there? Or they need a permit to have a party, to occupy the premises since it's been closed down? I don't know if that means like Mr. Blina has any input into that.
We are working on their actual business license, Mr. President, Board, and Mr. Smith. We're waiting for the police background check to come back, and we should hope to be in there before that date. So,
Whose business license?
one for the company that took over the Aquavore.
That's not listed on here. So
Okay.
This is just for an event. So
Oh,
somebody
somebody
bought
must
the
be,
building.
yes, they did, yep,
Resubmit
Yeah.
next week or something?
yeah.
Yeah. Can we status this for at least a week, till the
Yeah, we can
14th?
make it contingent so that we can find out what's up with we can't approve this if, the building's not.
I agree.
Right.
Give it.
I was gonna
Okay.
suggest that also.
What's next week's date?
Thank you.
You'll have a report.
Yes, yes, sir.
Right?
Yeah, you good with that?
Wait, is it? No, I'm sorry.
2 weeks or a week?
Well, they say it's set for the 21st,
First,
so I
so-
don't want to.
Yeah, we'll do it next week.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Right here. Yeah, 12, yeah.
I can have it
And
done
then
by
Linda,
next
can you
week.
let them know that we have
That
it?
gives us time, right?
August 12th.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there should be plenty of time for,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Then, you're good, Kev? I'm just gonna make it I'm gonna set it for status to next week.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, then I'm gonna make a motion to set this over to next week's meeting, August 12th, to give us time to get information about the new ownership and license.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye?
Aye. Item L, correspondence received from BP Pipelines requesting permission to work in the right-of-way along Wicker Avenue south of 169th Street.
Re-infixing myself into the agenda.
Nice.
We are.
Very nice.
We received notification from from BP yesterday of certain condition in their pipeline that requires urgent exploration, and so they have asked to go ahead and start the work, and so they have. If you could just make this a matter of record at this point.
Yeah, they've been there, right?
They've been there. They should be on site now.
Okay, they are.
And so if you could just make this a matter of record for the board and make appropriate notifications.
Okay. Yeah, I seen them there before. I thought they were there. So we're good?
Yep,
Okay.
board acknowledges the event.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item 8, matters from board members.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Really? Nothing? Okay. Item 9, new business. Item A, agreement to rehabilitate property located at 36 Locust Street.
Yes, so this has been a problem property for some time. It was just recently sold. In fact, I believe it's sold, it's being closed on today. So the person who signed it, Mr. Valles, I believe?
Yes.
Is the new owner. So I'd request its approval.
Okay. I will make a motion then to approve the rehabilitation agreement for 36 Locust.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item B, disposal authorization submitted by the Hammond Police Department.
They're
A
working,
lot of work.
working. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I will make a motion to approve the disposal authorizations.
I second.
All those in favor of such?
Aye.
Aye. Item C, late rental registration appeal hearing request form submitted for approval.
We can do 19th if you want. Too soon.
August 19th, fine with you? Okay, that's fine. We'll do August 19th.
She wants it to be the 26th.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to make a motion to set those for August 26, 2021.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item D, garage sale permit submitted for approval. Have a look, my friend.
There's another one.
Oh. There's another one for you. Oh, yeah. Yeah, then we get to go to, page 3.
So, Mr. President.
It's all good.
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 Okay, I will make a motion to approve the garage sale permits.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item E, hearing, late rental registration, 6546 Grand Avenue. Mr. Clay?
Good morning.
Morning.
We have this property, Mr. Clay here had purchased it the change of ownership occurred April 28th of 2021. Now, we do have you occupying one of the units, is that correct? Okay, so the property was already registered for 2021 by the previous owner. So at this point, I would assume that Mr. Clay would, if there's any change in tenants, or just submit a tenant update form, and we wouldn't require it to be registered twice in 1 year. So at this point, with one unit being owner occupied, and depending on if he changed the other tenant or not, we would just request that he submit this tenant update form for this year, and make sure he registers next year.
What
But
is it, 1 unit, 2 units?
it's a 2-unit property with one owner occupied.
Okay.
So all you need is a tenant update form for 2021, correct?
Correct. Yep.
Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
good. Okay. I will make a motion then, as long as the new owner provides a tenant update form. That's all that's required for this year.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Item F, hearing, late rental registration, 4227 Grover Avenue.
This one now, right?
This property is a single-family home owned by Mr. Winger. He's owned the property since April 15th of 2016. In 2018, it was registered on time for the first time. That's the first registration that we have on file. 2019, it was registered late. It paid $505 October 28th of 2019. And then 2020 was registered on time, and then we're here today on 2021.
Good morning.
Morning.
We did not know that they had shortened the registration period and went back, reverted to what it was. We were under the assumption it was still, they had extended it in 2020, and we didn't know that it was back to where it is.
COVID extension.
Yeah, they did pay one late fee already.
Mhm.
You good then?
Yeah, I mean, I would suggest to you that it seems like the history of paying on time kind of goes up and goes down.
Sure.
As we look at kind of as business for you.
Sure.
You probably need to pay a little bit more attention, obviously, to filing the thing properly within
Yes,
the
sir.
time constraints afforded you. Okay? Thank you.
Okay, then I will then make a motion to waive the late fee for 2021.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That's fair, right?
Mhm.
All right. Okay, old business, item A, status, rental registration, 20 Highland Street.
Board recalls, this is the property that was being registered as a 6-unit, and then we discovered it's actually being occupied as a rooming house. So I've finally been able to nail down a time and date for the inspection, August 20th at 9 a.m. Owner's frequently out of town. He just, called me from Wisconsin, actually. So he can be at the property on August 20th at 9:30 to provide access to all parts of the structure. And then myself, fire department inspector, will go in to perform the inspection. I emailed him to confirm his availability for that day as well. So if we could set this over to after August 20th, we should be able to have an answer for the board as far as moving forward with registering the property.
Immediately after, or you just? or
Yeah, we
just-
do.
Thursday after, is that fine?
Because what we need to do is determine whether or not the property can be occupied as a rooming house. If it meets those requirements, at that point, a different annual fee would apply instead of a rental registration, or if the property would have to go back to single-family home status and rented as a single-family home.
Good with that date then?
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll do 26.
Okay, then I will make a motion to set that for hearing for August 26, 2021.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item B, status, findings in order, 2115 Lincoln Avenue.
Morning, Board.
Morning.
Since the last time we met here, I haven't had any kind of communication with the owners, but they were made aware of what needs to be done with the property, so we're just going to submit the findings in order to be submitted for approval.
We did perform an inspection. The owner appeared at the previous hearing date and, wanted to kind of know what would be required to do the conversion. While we're at the property, we did, make them aware of, what brought us to the conclusion the property was built and needs to be occupied as a single-family home. They were in agreement with that decision and are awaiting our report and a list of contractors or permits that they're going to pull themselves to do the conversion.
Okay, all right, we're just approving the findings in order, right? Okay, then I will make a motion to approve the finding in order for 2115 Lincoln.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Do you guys need another copy? I have one up here.
We do need one?
Oh, we do.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item C, status, 4407 Baltimore Avenue.
This is the property that is currently on the order to repair demolish list with the unresponsive property owner. I have it set for court today at 1 o'clock, which will be the date I'll be requesting a authority to inspect from the judge. Once I have that order in hand, I'll be able to coordinate with the caseworker with Adult Protective Services and PD to effect entry into the home and do an assessment of the individual who's still in the property so that we can get him the help that he needs and effectively move forward with the demolition process.
Do we need a status date, Nick?
Yes, so that way they can, I would just maybe put on the demolition, the next demo status date for properties, demo properties.
I mean, we don't, I think we're going late September, but you want to choose the date, is that enough for you? 6 weeks?
That's, yeah, that's,
Go late September, yeah.
You talking the 23rd or the 30th? Is either one?
Either, I think.
Either works?
We're looking at the 23rd, but
Okay,
February now.
23rd then?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm going to make a motion to set that for status to September 23rd, 2021.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
thank you.
Thank you. Item D, status, Jimenez Auto Repair.
Mr. President, Mr. Molina is here with his clients today, and as you recall, I think everybody here recalls this issue. I don't know if Councilman Torres is here as well. Yeah, Councilman Torres is also here today. Mr. Molina has presented on behalf of his clients plans to the planning department. I know that Mr. Poland has been out due to a family issue. In addition, Mr. Molina related to me that his clients have actually purchased that property on Homan Avenue, which is good news. If this goes through, great. If it doesn't, then he thinks that they'll have other plans for it. But I do know that and I'll let Mr. Molina kind of fill in the blanks, but I do know that they've made some progress with planning, and hopefully if we set another status, we'll have even more news I don't know if the police department has had any other issues out there, but.
No.
Okay. So I'll let Mr. Molina kind of update the board, and then hopefully we'll set a new date.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Mr. Smith summed it up very well. Basically, Mr. Jimenez is making progress. He's purchased the other property with the hopes of moving it over. He submitted a couple different drawings to Mr. Poland, revising it as requested by Mr. Poland along the way. I think we're really close now, and Mr. Poland believes we probably can move it over. Again, worst case, if we couldn't, he's just going to keep it as a car wash, is what it is now. But in the meantime, he's just making sure that they service them that day, send them home, don't leave parking out on the street. So I think we're making some good progress.
So how far down the road would you want to revisit this?
Probably 60 days, I think.
I think that'd be perfect, yeah.
So October 7th?
Okay.
October 7th?
Sure.
Okay.
All right.
The only thing I would ask while you're here is, we haven't had any complaints about the parking, so please continue that. Whatever you're doing now, it's working, so just keep that in mind. Okay, I would make a motion to set that for status to October 7th, 2021.
And I would just ask Mr. Molina if you could try to get an appointment with Mr. Poland maybe in the next couple of weeks. I think was when Brian's going to be back, 2-3 weeks, because the BZA only meets once a month. And I'd like to have, by that October 7th date when he comes back here, it'd be great to have him be able to report that it's on the Plan Commission or it's on the BZA's agenda.
Sure.
So I would think that should be the goal for the October date. We should
Okay.
do that.
Okay.
Perfect.
You need that to be part of the motion, Kev, or you're good?
No, I just want to make sure, if Mr. Molina's okay with that, I just want to ask him to see if he can get an appointment with them to keep things moving.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you. Good day.
Thank you. Okay, number 11, meeting's open to the public. Anyone here care to speak? Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Still having problems next door, William Street, 16.
The parking thing, the cars coming down the one way?
Well, they still come down. I just seen one come down the one way just now when I was on my way over here. And also the 16 Williams, next door, they got dog cages out there and a headboard still out there. I went to code enforcement about it. They said they can have the dog cages out there. The dogs don't use the dog cages. And poop all over the yard. And called animal control about it. And they said they'd cited them. And they just not cleaning up. It smell coming all over in my yard. And the lady next door on the other side said they smell it too.
Is it an owner or a rental?
I don't know. She calls.
You've been here before, haven't you?
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Can you, what's the address?
16 Williams.
Yours or theirs?
Theirs.
Okay. Can we find out if it's an owner or rental? And then if it's a rental?
Well, I heard that it was someone owned it in Florida.
Okay.
She trying to buy it back because they bought the property through a tax thing, something like that. I can't remember.
Code enforcement should be able to do something about feces all over the backyard, right?
I think so, it's gotta be a nuisance, and I guess maybe if you have anything to report as far as, you know, anything about anything.
Since the last meeting on weekend, and they will certainly go by and get updated photos and then we can correct. So we sent the notice out first we have to give them an opportunity to rectify violations before citing them. So I'll address this and see if the report citation is issued or they clean it up within the time frame, then they get back into the same position. We have to kind of start the process of.
Has it been continuous?
Yes, all the time. They got 3 dogs over there.
Control back over there too.
Yeah. They have 3 dogs over there. Sometimes the dogs, they don't let the dogs out for days. Where's they? It's all in the house. So
I'm gonna send animal control back over there too, so.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
and also on Williams, we don't have no street sign up there saying it's Williams Street. You know, so when they did some construction down there on the
State line side?
on state line side, yeah.
Johnny, can you look into that? Yeah, Mr. Perez will look into that for you.
Okay.
Thank you.
And also, it's a guy around about 1:40 and 3 o'clock in the morning. I got him on my camera. We checking car doors. So we need a patrol around that time of the morning
You
sometime.
said 1:45 to like 3
Yeah,
a.m.?
yep.
Any kind of description of the?
Yeah, he's a slim guy, black guy,
Okay.
you know, and,
You have it on your camera?
yeah,
Would you be willing to let the police take a look at the camera?
yeah.
I mean, no.
After the meeting, I'll look
Okay,
at your, I'll
okay,
look at it,
all
okay?
right.
Can we have your name, sir, just so we have
Tony Scott.
Mr. Scott? Okay, you got it in there. Thank you.
I live
Okay,
next
Mr.
door.
Scott.
And one other thing, there's a couple of things going on, you know, because, you know, I'm thinking between 26 and 32 Williams, there should be a light right there because it's dark over there in that area. You can't see nothing over there. I have one in front of my house, you know, but she have the weed bush over there growing that it can't, you know, it blocks.
Well, Mr. Button, the city engineer's right there, so he's listening to
Oh,
you.
yeah.
So far, you got almost everybody covered. Anything with the fire department yet? He's sitting there.
And the question I want to ask, if they got them long boards, I can show you those pictures too. It's got long boards dividing the property line, but that's look tacky. You know, it's not
Fence issues, that's inspection. So
Yeah.
that's at what address?
same address,
Okay, we'll take it.
same address.
Yeah, you mentioned that last time, you
Yeah.
remember that?
Yeah. And it's just ridiculous. And now they got a car park back there with big wheels on it. And they got the ice cream van parked back there. So all this stuff is just going on over there.
So, Mr. Scott, what I think we're gonna do is, we've all kind of got our assignments. We're gonna put this on a status for maybe 3 weeks. If that's okay with you, and you can come back and we'll report back to you what's going on.
Okay.
So we'll have 16 claims on a status. Is you can think 3 weeks, Mr. President, or 2 weeks, whatever you think.
August, yeah. 2 would be 19th, I'll be here, I'd like to be here. Is 2 okay?
Whatever you think, whatever, I mean, as long as everything.
I'll be here that day, I won't be here 3 weeks from now, so.
Okay.
We'll do the 19th then, okay?
And one other question I'd like to ask are, people, they drive down the street with their music banging, you know, and she have people come over there in front of her house with their music banging. We had to call the police about a few days ago because the guy's sitting over there in front of the house with the music banging. And can we have a sign up saying that no loitering, no loud music coming down this block, and you can't, if I have to pay for it, I'll buy it. To put it up there.
No, I would just call us when that happens.
Okay.
We can cite them for the loud music, so I don't know if they'll put a sign up.
No, I don't think we, the problem is,
Yeah.
sir, that if you put a sign up there, we gotta, you know.
Put 'em everywhere.
It's an ordinance for the whole city. So
Okay.
we can't put a sign up on every street.
Oh, it's already ordered.
There's an
Yeah,
ordinance, yeah.
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
can actually tow their car too, if they
Okay.
play loud music, so. Okay,
Chief Long will let his patrol.
I promise I'm all over this right now,
Okay.
so yes.
All
Thanks for
right,
coming in. And so,
All right.
we're gonna hear it again on the 19th, if you'd like to come, it'll
Okay.
actually be on the agenda.
okay.
All right,
Write that down for
Sure.
me.
Yeah.
Do we need to make a
Thanks for
motion?
coming in.
Thank you.
Okay, we're good, okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Scott.
Set us on the 19th, I suppose.
Okay. I'm going to make a motion on Mr. Scott's request to set it over for status to August 19th for further review.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye?
Aye. Anyone else from the public?
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
Morning.
5500 block of Beale Street, the sign has been removed also. The honorary, there's an honorary sign there, Lauren Cavillo, but Beale Street has been removed, and a person was looking for that street the other day, couldn't find it. I knew a guy in the city. So,
New street sign. Okay.
thank you.
Thank you, sir.
If there's anybody else.
No, there's not. Anyone else? Those with rental registrations, give us 5 minutes to make a copy of your paperwork, then you can take care of your business. Mr. Long.
Make a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Hello? Hey, can I get a second on that?
I second.